Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're going live from the studio. Come on in. We will get started here in a few moments. Want to make sure everybody can come in and hang out. Let me know where you are streaming from, where you're listening in from. And yeah, we will get started here in a few moments. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. Not Saturday, Sunday. That's what day it is. And yeah, we will get rocking and rolling. It has been an absolutely crazy weekend, and I'm super sore, which is kind of nuts. I've been working out pretty much every day for a couple of weeks, which is great, but I've just been doing it on the elliptical that I got from that crazy story a couple of weeks ago, having to dismantle the entire thing and then get it up out of the basement and then bring it back to my house and assemble it and put it back together and all that stuff. And yeah, that was crazy. But so I've been doing that. And then my wife really wanted to start working on too. And her brother created this workout plan, which is really, really cool. Great guy. Glad he did it. And glad he, yeah, allowed us to kind of be a part of it. So anyway, she did that. Like, all right, cool. I'll just do it with you. So I got up one morning, did a half hour on the elliptical, and then I usually take like a cold shower and then start the rest of my day. And instead of taking a cold shower, just stopped for a little bit and then did a half hour like cardio thing with her with weights and stuff. And I think it's anytime I do sit ups, like I always get my neck gets really sore. So anyway, my neck's a little sore. But Francis, good to see you, friend. Thanks so much for being here. And we got Janet Stallings here as well. So glad you guys are both here and excited for today. I'm just genuinely excited. Got some really cool stuff that's been going on in the merch store. I don't know if you guys have been there recently. I'll drop this QR code down here so you can go check it out or whatever. But my wife, who's insanely talented, I asked her the other day if she would be willing to draw me a duck and yet super and I gave her some kind of like pointers and that sort of thing, but other than that, like she basically just ran with it, which was awesome. And so she made this design for me and put it in the computer, made some really cool edits to it, and made this really cool t-shirt that's called Calm in the Chaos, because there's so many things that are chaotic in life, and it's good to remain calm, but also it's one of the things that people have said about me when I'm doing events and that sort of thing. It's like, wow, like you're so calm when things seem crazy. Like, well, when you know the outcome or whatever, then you can be somewhat calm. I'm not saying I have superhuman powers or anything like that, but when you're really good at something or you're really confident in something, it makes it pretty easy to be able to, just be calm because a handful of different options and things that you can do. So anyway, that's in there. There's a couple of other things. I'm really, really excited about this new design that I've been working on specifically for the bus, which I can show you real quick. It's not done yet, which is kind of interesting. I wish it was done, but it is not. And part of the reason why it's not done yet is because I did it with a picture of the bus that I shot in the middle of the night a while back. And kind of made it look a little bit more cartoony and that sort of thing. It was really cool. I was super pumped about it. But the only bad part was the bus was really dirty. So I was like, I should probably. So anyway, I washed the bus this weekend, recoated the top of the roof again with the elastomeric stuff, whatever, to make sure it doesn't leak. Unfortunately, it's not quite sealed or something like that, so I'm going to have to do some different caulking and stuff like that to get it sealed up because it's rained like crazy today. So yeah, got to work on that. We got some more people here. And Angelina, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Hello, friend. Thanks so much for being here. We got some other friends in here. God bless brother DJ Wayne Michael tuned in. Awesome. Cool. Thanks so much for being here, friend. Glad that you are here and a part of this. This is usually a time where just come tell you guys some stories, sing you some songs, hopefully get you jazzed for the week ahead. I do want, like, a lot of people know me as kind of the happy person, um, or the like really positive individual and that sort of thing. I do want to address, on some level, some of the craziness that's happened in our nation. Um, Not so much on the political spectrum, so much as the reason why I think it's so important, for us all to value life, and to see God's creation and his image bearers, other human beings. Because when we don't, when we cease to see that, when we start having this us versus them type mentality, it can create a lot of division, and it can actually encourage people to do really crazy and stupid things. And it just broke my heart yesterday to hear about the assassination attempt against former President Trump, and just the fact that we have so carelessly viewed human life, to where that would even seem acceptable to people is just unfathomable to me. I think for too long we've had this ability to use words in a very, very negative way, towards other people, and that's become really, really damaging. It was damaging to begin with, but now people are, taking it to the nth degree, and it's just really sad. And I'm prayerful and hopeful that God is still not done with the United States as a nation, because there are still believers and people here that live in this world. And I'm just super, super pumped for the next steps that he has for all of us to be able to be change agents in this world because of the Holy Spirit that resides in each of us. So whatever that means for you and your sphere of influence, go be a positive change. Go intentionally try to encourage other people in a way that allows you to be a part of their life and be a positive influence instead of being a negative influence. I think that's where we kind of get off the rails a little bit, is when we start trying to just say there's no hope for somebody and somehow claiming that as it's true, and it's not. Like, there's always hope for people. So yeah, I definitely feel that, Janet. And yeah, hopefully you guys are encouraged to go and do that. That's why I do music, is to comfort the afflicted. So wrap my arms around people who really need comfort and to confront the comfortable. And like I've said many times, the comfortable typically looks like me, like somebody who needs to go and love other people because they either have somewhat of a comfortable life or they're set where they are and that sort of thing. And if you feel like you're set, that probably means you need to get up and move and go love and go love and actively serve other people. So I'm excited to actually be a part of that and to have you guys be a part of it as well too. So I do want to play some music for y'all, if you guys are okay with that. If you're not okay with that, then I guess we can always just skip that part. But if you have any questions for me, always feel free to leave them in the chat. This is meant to be something that can actually be kind of a Q&A type session. If you have any questions for me, things that are going on, that sort of thing, feel free to let me know. I'm here for you guys. And it's more fun when you guys participate and let me know what's going on, that sort of thing. So with that being said, I had a new song that came out. It's called Trust, and I love it. It's fun. I hope you guys do too. And instead of just playing the music or lyric video or whatever for it, sorry for my squeaky chair. I really should get that fixed. We're gonna just play it. How about that? And I got my Taylor guitar. I usually play the Black Journey Instruments one. I played this one actually the first time in over a year that I played in a church in morning. As far as a church, just being a volunteer and regularly attending, got a chance to do that this morning and was really, really encouraged. There's some really cool people at our church. I'm just really thankful for them. And so, yeah, was really blessed to be able to be a part of the music team this morning, just as a volunteer at the church Abby and I attend, our new church. And it was just really, really encouraging. And I had a lot of people that chatted with me afterwards. It was really cool. So playing the Taylor because it was already open, and my backpack guitar is, I think, inside, still in pieces. So anyway, this is Trust, and I hope you guys love it. Hope you guys sing it along with me. If you know the lyrics, if you don't, no better time to learn it than today. How about that? Can't live Monday morning what I sang on Sunday night. I know you're good when it's good, but what about the hard times when the bank account's empty and the bills keep piling high? Earthly wisdom can't reconcile. Do I still believe you're right? Put the full weight of my life on this truth, don't live and die. I can trust in the one who gave breath and made life. My existence is solely because when I trust, it glorifies God is never-ending love. So I will trust. When the doctors give bad news and I feel like giving up, every day feels like a rain cloud, dark I can't overcome. I'm reminded that what's true will always be the same. Yesterday, today, forever, you can take it to the bank. I put the full weight of my life on this truth, don't live and die. I can trust in the one who gave breath and made life. My existence is solely because when I trust, it glorifies God is never-ending love. So I will trust. Regardless of my circumstances, I know exactly what my stance is. I put the full weight of my life on this truth, I will live and die. I can trust in the one who gave breath and made life. Put the full weight of my life on this truth, I will live and die. I can trust in the one who gave breath and made life. My existence solely because when I trust, it glorifies God is never-ending love. So I will trust. So I will trust. So I will trust. Yeah. Cool stuff. Janet says, loved it, Matt. Oh, thanks, friend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Angelina, love it. Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for being here, commenting, being a part of all this. Feel free to tell me where you're from and invite some other people as well too. Let them know this is going on. Love it, Matt. Thank you, Francis. Thank you so much. Oh, we got Glenda Ferguson here in the chat as well. Hello, friend. Thanks so much for being here. Going along with the crazy, interesting stories of this weekend. So Abby went. They had to grab some stuff at Walmart, so she took two of my kids to Walmart, and I got my son and the youngest one came with me, and they're really bummed that they didn't get to go shopping with mom. So we decided to go to Rural King and just kind of get some free popcorn and walk around. Big stuff, As soon as we got there, it literally, we got inside and it downpoured like crazy. So we were in no rush to go anywhere, so we just kind of walked around. And we have a hose that goes from our house all the way out to the garden. And then there's a reel out there to wind everything up so Abby can water the garden. We can water the livestock, our rabbits and chickens and ducks. And then also like our dogs, water bowl and all that stuff. But then the kids use it all the time for the sprinkler and a bunch of other stuff. So it's always constantly being used, but it's always strung all the way across the yard. And it's had like a leak in it for the past, I don't know, at least a year, at least summer. And we have this like massive puddle on the one side of our yard that is annoying because I can never mow around it. I have to mow around it because it's always wet there. It's like, what in the world? Well, it turns out there'd been a leak in the hose. And I was like, I really don't want to replace the hose. I thought about taping it, that sort of thing. I was like, no, that's probably not going to work because then it'll just loosen up and leak anyway. So anyway, I found this. I didn't know this product existed, but it's literally a coupler. So you cut the hose wherever the hole is, pop them together with a coupler in between, and then you just put two brackets around it and squeeze it, just like you would for like where if you're replacing the end of the hose. And then your hose doesn't have a leak anymore. Like, genius. And it was literally like $2, which is way less expensive than another like $50-$60 hose or whatever. So I was just really happy that I found that. And they also sell, believe it or not, the little rubber inserts, like washers. So if you ever have a hose, spray nozzle, or sprinkler or something like that that's leaking like crazy where it's connected, it's probably because that little rubber gasket is worn out. So I got one of those, and they were literally like maybe $1, if that. But I was just super pumped because now, instead of my yard constantly getting wet by nature and by us accidentally watering it with holes in it, now we can literally just not worry about it. I'm super pumped. That's one of those like dad life things. It's really not that cool, but it is. So yeah, so did that this weekend. Also, again, like coated the top of the roof of the bus, washed the front part of it. I didn't wash the sides of it or the back of it. And the reason why I didn't do that was because the last time I recoated the top, use a roller, and it's this white, really thick, gooey paint. And last time I did it, I rolled. So if the bus is long ways like this, I rolled this way back and forth because I thought it's more efficient that way. And then I can just do it from front to back. It'd be great. Problem with that was as the roller was going across, the more I did it, it was like overspraying onto my black windows. And so my black windows had all these white speckles on it. It's like, ugh. So this time I was like, all right, I'll just wait to wash the bus until after I do the roof. And then I can wash the sides of the bus because then I'll have a chance to actually get the white stuff off or whatever. Well, I also, instead of going back and forth this way, I went long ways on it. And I just did small sections at a time to try to get it real thick on there. Because that roof stuff is supposed to last like 10 years. And I did it last year. And technically, you're supposed to do 2 coats. I did it last year. I only did 1 coat. And then I have it parked kind of underneath of a tree. And so it just gets real nasty. Like it was nasty black underneath of it. So, or on top of it. So I was like, I'm just going to redo another coat of it because it's still leaking somewhere on like right behind where the passenger sits. Like right there in the top corner is leaking. And it annoys me because I'm trying to make it nice. And so the wood isn't rotting and that sort of thing. And so it's not going to be all moldy and stuff while I'm driving around and sleeping in it and that sort of thing. And for whatever reason, like I just can't figure that part out. But it's washed. And so I was going, oh, yeah. And the reason why I said all that was because I was going to show you this new sticker that I was working on. I want to show it to you real quick. Just because it's cool. And again, just know this stick isn't that a cool sticker? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's cool. I think it's cool. I also thought about putting it on like a license plate because there's a license plate holder literally like down. Down right here on the bus. There's this little license plate thing that's right there, but I don't have a license plate to put on it. So like I'm not. It's like I could get some weird thing or whatever and say like the bus or whatever. Or I thought about doing like the gospel tee and doing that on there as well too. But I really wanted a sticker for the bus. So anytime I was like visited people or whatever with the bus were like, hey, here's a sticker. But I think this would look really cool on like a t-shirt as well too. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you think, whether you think I'm crazy or not, but I think it's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about this right now is you can tell, at least I can tell, the bus is kind of dirty in this picture because you can see like the top up here or whatever on the roof or the hood. It just kind of looks a little gray-ish. And now it's like sparkling white after washing it or whatever. So probably have to give her another beauty shots or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, songs and stuff. You guys probably want to hear another one, eh? If there's a song you want to hear, let me know. write it in the comments and say, hey, do this one, and I'll see if I can do it. Because there are some songs that, I don't know, maybe I forgot. Hopefully I didn't. That would be bad. I try my best not to forget things. So, talked about the duck, talked about the bus. I'm trying to think of what else. What other fun stories from the weekend? I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this, but I went to a bachelor party. One of actually the kid who, I say kid because he's much younger than me, but he is very much an old soul, like I was when I was his age. Super, super awesome guy. Played drums for me on a couple of different songs. He also went with me to Bethany Camp the last 2 years and played drums for me for an entire week. We led worship out there. It was a blast. Super, super awesome kid. But he's getting married, and he asked me to be in his wedding. I was like, yeah, of course. And so we hung out yesterday, me and the rest of the groomsmen, which was so much fun. But one guy decided, hey, let's play poker, and then as like a fun event thing or whatever. And the last time I played Texas Hold'em poker was literally at band camp when I was in high school, and we played with Skittles. And you could either choose to eat the Skittles that you had or use them to actually like bet with it. So like I really like Skittles. So I was just planning on getting in and getting enough so I could just sit there and just gorge on Skittles. I ended up winning. She didn't even had no idea. And apparently, because you don't really know what you're just kind of guessing. And part of being a musician and doing live shows and that sort of thing is like you get really good at reading the room. But because I never really knew what I had, there was nothing on my face that was going to tell people like, oh, I've got this, because half the time I didn't know I did. Anyway, ended up winning that, which was hilarious to me because everybody was like, what? This dude's like a poker shark. Like, no, I don't know what I'm doing, and confident enough in not knowing what I'm doing that it ends up working out. So, which reminds me of a song that doesn't really have anything to do with poker. But it is a fun song, and it came out not too long ago, so we'll do that one. I've thought through 1,000 ways. There's blind sides to me, and these be say, I told you that you were crazy and helplessly in need of saving. Should have seen it coming and started running. Fear creeps by and keeps telling me there's no way this all works out. And I've certainly had my doubts. I could be wrong, and this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be brave and give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. Yeah, I'm committed either way this ends. Written countless endings to the story. And any way you write it, it never turns out boring. This adventure is way too complex. At some point you're gonna have to take a risk. I could be wrong, this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be brave and give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. Yeah, I'm committed either way this ends. I could pull back and only give half. Destined to fail before it began, as I lean in and give all I have. Maybe small, but I've got a fighting chance. Maybe small, but I've got a fighting chance. Ships were built to sail, though some will still fail. There comes a time we all must leave the dock. Are you coming now or what? I could be wrong, and this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be brave and give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. I could be wrong, and this turns out right. Could be left for dead or out on cloud nine, so I'll be brave and give it a chance. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. 'Cause I'm committed either way this ends. Oh yeah. Such a fun song. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. That's all I'm saying. Because if you don't, you never know what's gonna happen. Cool. How are you guys doing? What was let me know what your favorite memory was this week. I'm a big believer in making memories through every single week. Your life will seem to slow down when you make more memories. I was actually watching a YouTube channel, and this guy was actually going through his entire life story, and he split it up into multiple different sections. And so he talked about his early childhood, and he had a lot of trauma in his early childhood of moving around a ton, being neglected, somewhat being abused as well. And it was just really, really interesting. I was like, man, I wonder how much I remember of like my childhood. Now, I didn't move anywhere near as much. But it definitely is something where it's like, man, like I can totally see how, you know, being able to talk about your story, talk about your upbringing and all that stuff can make a huge difference in somebody else's life just because they can understand and realize that they're not alone. So I thought about trying to take some time and actually not just my testimony in general, but like literally just, telling people a little bit more about how I grew up, that sort of thing. Because I have been wanting to shoot a video specifically about my spiritual journey and my testimony, and how all that has correlated to a bunch of different things in my own life. But then I thought, like, man, like it'd be kind of cool for my kids to be able to see, like, hey, like this is how Dad grew up. These are the different things that I struggled with or that I walked through. Because there's a lot of things that, time passes and we forget a lot of things, and there's different things that bring up other memories and that sort of stuff. And a lot of those memories are actually can be lifelines to other people, because it's stuff that you walk through that somebody else didn't get a chance to walk through. And instead of them having to do it the hard way, they can do it the easier way. Specifically about the and I think I'm going to start doing it to where I'm going to do merch drop. So it'll be limited time offers on certain things. That'll just be there. I used to release merch with like almost every single song that came off the calendar. And it was just a lot to try to do. Excuse me. Trying to do the calendar, get the song done, get music videos done, all that stuff throughout the year, just became a lot to handle. And I do want to add a lot more cool stuff in the merch store, just shirts and ideas and stuff that I like, based off of either things that I've said, or not even just things that I've said, but mentalities and that sort of thing. Like the comfort the afflicted, confront the comfortable one is definitely one of them. There's the couch T-shirt, which you can actually see in this little picture down here. Couch T-shirt, the Matt Fawcett logo hat, which most of them, all of them actually, except for this one, are actually all black. This one's got tons of sweat stains from wearing it while coating the bus and mowing the grass and all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that stuff, you should definitely check it out because there's some really cool designs that I'm super pumped about that are really, really awesome. Like the couch design one is one, and then the Calm in the Chaos shirt. And it was actually interesting. I was reading through Philippians the other day, and this was after I'd asked Abby to actually make the shirt, and was just thinking how timely. Reading through Philippians, I believe it was Philippians 2. Maybe it's Philippians 1. I'll have to remember what it is. But basically, the whole idea was that. I think no, it was Philippians 2. 2:12. Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God who works in you to will and to act according to his good purpose. Do everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may be blameless and pure, children of God without fault, in a crooked and depraved generation, in which you shine like stars in the universe, as you hold out the word of life, in order that I may boast on one day of Christ that I did not run or labor for nothing. But even if I am being poured out like a drink offering in the sacrifice and service coming from your faith, I'm glad and rejoice with all of you, so that you should be glad and rejoice with me. And just the whole idea that we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things that God's called us to, and we can do it because of the work of the Holy Spirit in our lives. And so life is chaos to some degree. And in that chaos, we have the opportunity to be able to be continually moving forward and set on the goal of things that God has called us to, and work hard at it. So yeah, just love the fact that that's, it's just kind of cool how God shows that stuff up. And yet, for the crazy T-shirt design, that honestly, like, I'm super proud of. My wife actually designed that whole thing, and then we just sat together and figured out how to put the words and everything with it. But she drew that duck, which is really cool. So, and we talked to about like, oh, maybe we should put it on. She really wanted it on a hoodie and a T-shirt, so we did those two things. We talked about maybe making like a sticker or something like that as well too. But let me know if you're interested in that. And then really, really excited, at least I am, for the two-wheel tour T-shirts. So I really want to do this. The goal is that we'll actually this is kind of how shows on your front porch and having fun and doing that and calling it the two-wheel tour because I'm out on a motorcycle. Like, how cool is that? I think it's cool. I hope you guys do too. So this song reminds me a lot of I don't know if you guys remember not Vacation Bible School, Backyard Bible Club, I think is what it was called. It's basically when people used to have literally like college student or young adult just gather all of the gather up all of the young kids in the neighborhood and be like, hey, we're going to do some fun games in somebody's backyard and then talk about Jesus. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. We loved it. And I remember that was the first time I was introduced to the Wordless book. And that's really where like the gospel tea kind of came to being, was specifically the wordless book idea of sharing the gospel with people. And so anytime I think of that, and colors in relationship to the gospel, that's kind of where RYBW came from. And it started off on a play of words with red, yellow, black, and white. You know, Jesus loves little children, all the little children of the world. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. And that song, we sang at Backyard Bible Club. So a lot of nostalgia written up in the song. So you were designed to live this life, give all you have, leave nothing behind. Purpose to love, gifted to serve. We're all created with eternal worth. So child, lift your head up. There's no mistakes in the Father's eyes. I read it in the good book. You know if you believe. Black and white He defines His love for you and me. Before the dawn of time, knew your name, sent His Son the world to save. We are precious in His sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Growing up, we all had dreams, hopes we could be anything. Your mistakes don't define. You are precious in His eyes. So child, lift your head up. There's no mistakes in the Father's eyes. I read it in the good book. You'll know if you believe. Black and white He defines His love for you and me. Before the dawn of time, knew your name, sent His Son the world to save. We are precious in His sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Shine like faith in God-sized grace is all we really need. I read it in the good book. You'll know if you believe. Black and white He defines His love for you and me. Before the dawn of time, knew your name, sent His Son the world to save. We are precious in His sight. Red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. Created in the image of the divine. Yeah. Oh, hey, looks like Jody Schaefer is here. Good to see you, friend. Thanks so much for coming. So glad you guys are here. This is awesome and so much fun to be able to be with you guys, and super, super pumped that you guys are here with me. So thanks so much for being here. Definitely feel free to share this with other people, whether you're watching on X or YouTube or Face. People know about it. We did this free. I'm just very, very thankful for that opportunity. There was, I think it was last Sunday, I missed because we were over at my parents' house literally until where was it? We were over at my parents till like 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. So by the time we got back, it literally was, yeah, way too late. I was so tired. Yesterday was yesterday, last weekend, was really crazy. But I'm super pumped because I got there's this old sailboat, and my dad. It's been a part of our family for so long, so long. And I remember it always being, under the porch at our house for a long time. Then it was in the barn, and then moved to Indiana. It was over at mom and dad's for a long time in the side yard. And then when my dad ended up actually giving it away to somebody, super bummed. I was like, oh man, like I love that thing, because we'd take it out and go sailing on the lake that they live on. And then people were moving out, and so dad was like, do you want it? I was like, yes. So it's in my barn. I was trying to get it titled, because now you have to, in Indiana, have anything that is more than paddle powered has to be registered. So I got to figure out a way to get it registered with B&B so we can actually take it out sailing. I'm super pumped because I love sailing. It's a lot of fun. So does Abby too. Francis says, love your songs. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for the kind words. Carrie, love it. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Jody said, like your song. Well, thank you. I appreciate you that a lot. And Kathy, I'm here, Matt. Awesome, Kathy. Thanks so much for being here. Feel free, everybody let me know where you're watching in from. And what your favorite memory was from this week. Can be good, can be bad. But trying to make memories is a good thing to do. It definitely is helpful. I know that if I don't think about like what was good that happened this past week, sometimes I forget. And it's crazy to me that I can go through an entire week and be like, oh, I don't know really what happened this week. Like that's so crazy. Because there's always stuff going on in everybody's life. And I want you to participate in your own life. Because if you don't participate in your own life, then you're just a spectator, and that's scary. Let's see. Jody from Pennsylvania. Awesome stuff. Been a while since I've been out that way. Ogden, Utah. Nice, Kathy. Cool stuff. Got some people from all over the United States. This is fantastic. Here's one for everybody. This came out in January. And it was actually written specifically for a friend who, at the time, was going through just a rough patch of life, like we all do. And I asked her, if she could, somebody could tell her something, like what would she actually want to hear? And a lot of the lyrics in this are literally the thoughts behind really encouraging a friend to just be okay with being yourself and knowing that you are enough the way God's created and designed you. I think he's always calling us to greater things, to bigger things. But our worth is not in what we accomplish. Our worth is in who we've been created. So, slow down. Slow down. Breathe in and breathe out. And just slow down. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. Time flies by without a sound. Rush and rush, never satisfied. We burn out and we wonder why. Slow down. Slow down. Breathe in and breathe out. And just slow down. It's okay to be helped. Don't have to do it all yourself. You're more than what you do. You are loved because you are you. So slow down. Slow down. Breathe in and breathe out. Begin to slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Breathe in and breathe out. Into slow down. Rest and know never be alone. Let's see. Jane just shared memory. My friend, mine is Doctor 15 tubes of blood each week. Holy cow. That is insane. One of my favorite songs, Matt. Oh, yeah. I love that song. It's a good one. It's a good one for me to remember, too, because the whole singer-songwriter, solo career, all that fun stuff, it gets real easy for people to just, yeah, there's always stuff to do. And it's good to slow down. I appreciate where you are. Judy, that song is awesome. Aw, you're awesome. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for that. Francis, my friend Terry here said, hi, I like your songs. Oh, hey, Terry, thanks so much. Glad you're here and glad you are one of Francis's friends. That's pretty cool. It's always good to have good friends, isn't it? I know, like, yeah, sometimes when, I don't know, I've, the only bad, like, actual bad friends that I can remember were usually people in high school. And again, I don't fault them. All of us were young and dumb back in that age range. There's some people that were just more, and they weren't necessarily like, well, okay, they were bad friends. I went to a really small high school, and so like there just wasn't a whole lot going on. And like even with like cliques and that sort of thing, like you always knew everybody. So it's just kind of funny to me because even with that, like the bad friends were usually just people who like in the moment just wanted to help themselves as opposed to not. So anyway, it is what it is. And quite honestly, like, I don't know, I just nowadays just try to surround myself with like really good people. Which, yeah, really good people it's a lot of fun to be able to be surrounded by people who actually love and care for you. And I'll say this, like, if you're an older demographic, I'm not going to call you old people. If you are age-wise older than I am or people around you, do me a favor. This week, find somebody in your church or in your sphere of influence. Find somebody and just encourage them. There was an older man in our church that didn't know me from Adam. We started attending there, and he was like, I want to get to know you. Like, cool. So we had coffee the other morning, coffee and muffins. And I told him some of my story about some of the church hurt and that sort of thing. And he was just genuinely concerned. Just like, man, like I want to know more about, how God's brought you where you were. And then this morning when I was playing after church, he came up to me. He's like, man, like, how did that feel? Like, how was it to be back on stage? It was really cool to see you up there. It was really cool to see you being able to re-engage in ministry on a volunteer level inside the church and share your gifts with our church. It was just really, really just excited to see kind of my journey and my walk with the Lord. And so if you're in a position, like, again, a lot of times we think ministry only has to be done by like the young crazy people, youth pastors and that sort of thing. But if there's still breath in your lungs, man, like you can be a real encouragement to people, specifically by just coming alongside of them and saying, hey, like, I you know I see what you're doing. I see that life can be a struggle sometimes, and I just want to encourage you that, like, you can make it. God's got a great plan for your life. It doesn't even mean that you have to know what the plan for their life is. Honestly, sometimes I think we over spiritualize things and try to tell people something that God hasn't necessarily told us, but like just be an encouragement to other people, and it'll come back tenfold to you, I'm sure. Let's see, Jody, need a song to cheer me up? Oh yeah, we can do this. I got some fun songs. Let's see, what's a good one to cheer you up? I have one coming out later this year that's going to be really cool, specifically for that. But it's not done yet, so I can't play it, and it's not released yet, so I can't play it either. But I got one for you that I think is going to be a good one. Should just stop yawning. I don't know why. Like, I was tired all afternoon. I didn't take a nap. I should have. And now I'm like yawning constantly, which is just silly to me. All right, I got one for you. How about this? This one came out not too long ago by yours truly. This is just for you, Jody. So hope this cheers you up. Stranded on the open ocean, feeling so lost at sea, wondering where, wondering why this wasn't where you wanted to be. Looking out for the shoreline, wanting to give up your dream, feeling no hope, tired, alone, needing someone else to believe. I'll be one more drop in your ocean, freedom to sail, beam reach. The faster you go, the sooner you'll grow. A rising tide lifts all at sea, it lifts all at sea. Wind fills your sails, fair winds and following seas. We're flying on hope, never alone. It's your turn to ignite someone's dream. I'll be one more drop in your ocean, freedom to seem reach. Sooner you'll grow, the rising tide lifts all at sea. We're all in this together, different boats, different dreams. All it takes is one small faith. We all rise when we choose to believe. I'll be one more drop in your ocean, the freedom to sail, beam reach. The faster you go, the sooner you'll grow. The rising tide lifts all at sea. I'll be one more drop in your ocean, the freedom to sail, beam reach. The faster you go, the sooner you'll grow. The rising tide lifts all at sea, it lifts all at sea. Hopefully your tide just rose a little bit. I know that song was written specifically for that purpose of trying to actually Encourage people that when you're down in the dumps, going and encouraging other people allows all of us to rise. Whenever we call people into what God has called them to, we have an opportunity to be able to not only help build the kingdom through other individuals, but we also have the amazing opportunity of being that life change and that breath of fresh air into people. It's a really, really cool opportunity. So super, super pumped to be that for you guys. And thank you so much for being here and allowing me to be in that position. Let's see. Jody said, this song lifted me up. It really cheered me up, and I'm going through a lot. Hey, I get it. And though I may not be going through the same thing you are, we all have stuff that's going on in our lives. And I appreciate the fact that you are willing to admit it and to just say, hey, I'm going through a lot. And that's okay. It's okay that you're going through a lot. The life is filled with a ton of crazy experiences. And honestly, I think the more honest we are about the experiences we go through, the better chance we have of being able to walk through them and see how God can use all of our circumstances to give glory to Himself and to help grow us. So I'll be praying for you on your journey. I know that it's not easy when stuff's not going well or doesn't feel like it's going well and you feel like you're alone. But just know that you are not alone. You are definitely somebody that God has created on purpose with a purpose. And you definitely, anytime that I'm going through a lot, I try to remember like, hey, God's got me here for a reason. And it could be because He needs to grow me. It could also be because I need to be the catalyst for somebody else's growth. And what an honor and a privilege. It goes back to the Philippians passage of being poured out like a drink offering. Doesn't mean that, everything's always butterflies and roses. In fact, I think if we're selling that as a bill of goods people, it's a bunch of snake oil. Life is not butterflies and roses, and that's okay. We do the best with what we got. And when life isn't going well, we acknowledge it and we understand that this isn't our forever home. Someday it will all be made right. See, Jody asking, how can I talk one-on-one? Oh, great question. So, if you join let me see if I can get my finger pointing the right way. The traders community. If you join the community, inside the free community, I am there every single day during the week. That's a great way to be able to connect, not just with me, but with other people. In fact, one of the things that I'm thinking about doing, and I actually got this idea specifically because my daughter signed up for a pen pal through, I think it was through Focus on the Family. I could be wrong on that. But she signed up for a pen pal, and she was super excited to be able to actually have somebody to write with. And I thought, like, how cool is that? Like, how often, like, I don't know of anything. I'm sure it's out there. This is just my ignorance talking. But how cool is it to be able to have some individual that you can write to and encourage them? And we, in a company that I've worked with and worked for part-time, specifically for helping other artists try to make a full-time living with music, they've helped me out a ton as far as being able to figure out how to connect better with you guys and that sort of thing. One of the things that we do is we have accountability buddies. And so there's usually one other or two other people that you go through the program with, and then they're the people that you connect with. So if you're struggling, it's like the first line of defense. It's like, hey, like if I'm really struggling with something, I'm going to call that person or I'm going to text that person. And so I thought about creating a channel inside of our traders community where we could do that and just allow people the ability to be able to create or connect with one another. Because I know personally from having somebody who I literally would call every single morning just to talk through what our goals or objectives were for that day. It really helped a lot to be able to have that. So, and actually, I can show you guys the traders community as well, because I would love for more of you guys to be in there, just for the fact of being able to connect with more people. So this is the traders community. This specifically, let me see if I can switch these so you can actually see. That did not do what I thought it was going to do. I want to make this bigger. How do I do that? If I double click on it, does it do that? Oh, maybe if, oh, there we go. Now it's really huge. Okay, so now it's super big. What you can do is, let me go back to the trader screen. So this is the traders community. And if you join the email list or scan the QR code to join the community, this is where will land at some point in time. I'll send you an email once you join to your email address so that you can come in here. But this is where you can introduce yourself, get to know other people. I do daily check-ins in here. Motivational Monday is here every single week, and it's just a thought from me. Announcements for things like the smartphone app, which is super cool. You can actually download an application that literally walks you all the way through it to your phone. So if you don't want to be on a computer and get to the URL and that sort of thing, and then ideas. And this is where you guys can post any ideas that you want to in here. But what I'm doing is every single month, the person who's the top of the 30-day leaderboard, that person is winning a virtual house show concert. So Kim won last month, so she's ineligible for the next 12 months, so she can't win it again for a year. So as of right now, it's looking like Deborah is probably in the running currently, but Davina is kind of trucking along right behind her. So it's pretty much anybody's game right now. And you get points basically by interacting with other people. So when you write a post and other people like it and comment on it, then you get points. Just the same as when they write a post and people like and comment on it, they get points as well too. So it's really cool community. The whole idea here is to literally help you as you walk through life. You can get to my main website, the merch store. If you want to support what I do musically and as a ministry as well, you can come here. If you click on it, it literally takes you to this specific tab that shows you, how you can make a difference. Some of the comments I've gotten from a lot of people, short little video about me, and then literally the ability to be able to, usually it's still loading. There we go. Yep. And then if you want to give to what I do musically on a monthly basis, you can give annually or even one time, and you can choose how much you want to down here. I literally will walk you through the entire process of doing that. If you're interested in doing that, definitely can. You don't have to, but I'm more interested. Well, I definitely want you to come here to the traders community so that you can actually be a part of it. Come in, introduce yourself, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll just add right here. What are we going to call this? I feel like we should call it like accountable connections or something like that. Accountability. There we go. And let's see, what if we do a smiley face for this? Accountability. So I'll write in here a little bit more about it, but basically like, hey, this is a great spot where you can actually go and be able to find somebody else that maybe you can connect with, which would be awesome. Let's see. Jody said, I tried to get in the trader community, it keeps booting me out. Huh, interesting. The new one like that I just showed, it keeps booting you out because it shouldn't. If you need me to like reset your password or something like that, let me know, and I can send you like a one-time link. Actually, let me see if I've got you in here, because it doesn't look like you're a member here yet. So you should be able to, if you come in to the community and just go to the right-hand side, it should just have like a join button, and you can just click on that and it'll allow you to join right there too. And then, if you have any issues, just shoot me an email and I'll make sure that you can get in for sure. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been awesome and so much fun. I dropped my pick somewhere. Where it go? There it is. So I am super excited for more songs. We got another one coming out here in a couple of weeks. Man, it's crazy that we're already halfway through the year. Have a lot more coming as far as songs. Trying to get out on the road to come see you guys. That's why I was working on the bus this past weekend, so it makes it a lot easier to come out and see you guys. And if you want me to come, for sure, if you're interested in a house show, let me know. I do those in a bunch of different formats, whether it's a virtual house show, so basically be like this, except it just me, you, and whoever you invite. Actually, I was talking with Kim. She wants to, for her house show, we were talking about doing it for her entire church. And then possibly might just upgrade it and do something to where I go out there. So, and do a live show. So yeah, if you're interested or your church is interested in bringing me out, just shoot me an email, info@mattfawcettmusic.com. Would love to do more of those for you. Lenora, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you. Well, I don't know where you're at. I am in northern Indiana, and it is good evening right now. And that's mainly because I'm tired and it's 9 o'clock, a little over 9 o'clock. But I assume actually probably if you're West Coast, it's probably going to be, what would that be, 6? So this will be good afternoonish. Yeah. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are fantastic and such fun people to hang out with. And I am so sad to actually have to leave, but I try to make the commitment to go and give my kids a hug and a kiss every night that I'm home. The only times I don't get a chance to do that is when I'm out on the road. So I am going to do the best that I can to make that happen. So appreciate you guys. You are awesome. Do feel free to share this video if you're on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're at. Just hit the share button and share it with other people, because it'll still be available even after it is live or after the live ends, and people can still, join the traders community, scan the codes, all that fun stuff too. So, and if you are interested in getting or at least seeing some of the new merch stuff that's going on, check out the merch store. That's the QR code that's listed below in front of my face. I am actually going to experiment this week. I think I can do it all week, and it's going to be a little interesting because it's going to happen this week, and then next week I won't be able to because I'm going to be on a trip to Colorado, actually. But I'm going to try to, and actually I might be able to make it happen in Colorado depending on what time zone they're in and when things start. But my goal is to actually go live most mornings this next week on YouTube and potentially Facebook, just to hang out with you guys and be able to share some more songs, stories, and all that fun stuff. And take your requests as well. So if there's a song you're like, hey, you should do this one, let me know. Let's see. Francis says, take care. God bless you and your family. Yes, you as well, Francis. Thank you so much. Janet as well. You're all in my prayers. Keep me in your prayers. Will do, Janet. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the next week. Make some memories. Make good ones, please. And if you're going through a hard time, I get it. We're all going through hard times. And I just want to encourage you with this. You are created on purpose with a purpose. If you are still living and breathing and God has breath in your lungs, He's not finished with you yet. He has some amazing, amazing things in your life that are truly going to impact and change the world. You just have to wait and see. And I can't wait to see what God does with your life. The reason why I create music is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. I'm glad that you're allowing me to be a part of the soundtrack to your life and cannot wait to see where we go from here. Because the goal, the dream, is to not just stop here doing live streams and that sort of thing, but literally to sell out stadiums and that sort of thing. Not because I think I need to have that big of a platform, but because it allows us as a community to impact so many more people, the gospel, and to encourage them that God has created them on purpose, with a purpose. And there's nothing more that I would love than for God to be glorified through the way we interact with other people and through how we can encourage them. So thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me and allowing me to be a part of your journey as well. Have a fantastic evening, a great Monday. Motivational Monday will be coming out tomorrow morning as well. I always do those in the morning on Mondays, so that's going to be after my workout session and my cold plunge. And we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow morning. Should be good. But appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Love you.